It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show.
Yes, it is. G'day, podcaster Liam here, coming to you live from Sydney after hosting radio's Afternoon of Afternoons, Heard 2025. Some members of the team are in Sydney, some members are in Melbourne. You would be none the wiser unless we brought you in, but this is the off-air pod, and we, don't keep secrets from you.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
You jumped the gun.
Just spat everywhere. Spat on the gold Club Nova's sheet.
Well, I'm happy I'm not there.
It was funny. It was funny.
Okay.
It was a good bit.
Technology these days is seamless. You can't tell who's in what state.
Can't tell what I'm spitting on
Yeah,
accidentally.
and I said I'm not here, and Belle said I'm glad I'm not there. So the game is now done. Belle and I did the hosting. Ben has a child, so he opted to stay.
Oh, is that why?
Well, not so much. It was more they wouldn't let me do it. They were like,
Yeah, that's right.
Two, not three.
And
Yes.
he has a child, but also the daddy button master.
Well, it makes more sense. From a technical point of view, it's easier for me to drive the car from the mother state
Yeah.
and then you guys to be patched in, as opposed to if I'm interstate in Sydney, it's harder for me to control the show.
Yeah,
from
it's
there.
just like a spaceship. It's like red leader, this is gold leader, blue leader. Like, you're I'm not really I'm more of Star Wars than Star Trek, but is it Spock who sits in the chair?
No, that's Kirk or Picard or... No, Spock's
so
not
Ben-
the captain.
Ben's Kirk, he's the guy with the bowl cut. I would
Spock,
say so Spock doesn't sit in the chair?
He has a chair, but he is not the captain of the ship.
Okay, so Belle is Spock.
Wait, so what am I doing then?
You're
near-
just vulcanizing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You're
No,
like
see, I pictured this as we're in a family car. Ben is driving. You're in the passenger seat, and I'm in the back
such
seat.
a boring, when we could literally be in outer space, it's like such a boring
We
way of
put Tina
explaining
in the
it.
boot.
Yeah, look. Well, look. Anyway,
Why Tina?
Me? You laughed at it. I don't know.
it is a rarer duo. It's normally it's Ben, Liam, and it's been Liam and Belle a couple of times when Ben had a kid.
Oh, yeah.
The rarest duo is probably Ben and Belle.
Has happened. Has happened.
It has,
That
3
has
days in a row.
Well, no, you did one show and then you played best of, so the other two. But anyway. Anyway, so Ben is here. He's present. We can hear him. Belle is here with me in the studio in Sydney. Newburn is there, I believe. I heard him before.
Yep, I'm here. Don't know where I am. It could be in Melbourne, could be in Sydney,
Could be in Brisbane.
could be in New Zealand.
Or
We used to do the game, Where is Scudder? And Scudder would dial into the office.
Right.
With the room. That was fun.
With
the
the wireless mic.
I could do that again. Maybe we're doing it now.
Tina is here.
I am here in Melbourne.
Good, Tina.
Yep.
I had a tidbit for you yesterday and you didn't show up to the pod.
And no one told me there was a pod on, so...
Oh.
Yeah. So how was one meant to
Skill
get their
issue.
tidbit?
Well.
I think it's fair to assume it's always on, though.
Yeah, but if I go to the bathroom and then,
That was
no one
a
says...
long...
I don't think you're in the bathroom, Tina.
No, I came back and then no one's there. I was like, well, I'm not coming in now. I've passed the time. But, heads up, like a text.
I mean, you
Got
might
a
need
group chat.
You might need to speak to someone if you're in the bathroom for that long.
Well, no, I was chatting to VV.
Yeah, she's collecting goss, let's be real.
Yeah, I'm doing the teamwork.
Okay, fair enough. So Tina's here. I'll give you a tidbit at some point.
Okay.
We do have Scudder here.
Yeah, I'm present. Yeah, just the one big order of business that
Oh, good.
we can get to whenever whenever we're free.
if we
there's
don't
no
make it-
pressure. If we don't make it, we'll do it tomorrow.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Jack's here as well.
Yeah, present. I'm all G today. Yep.
Yep. Well, good. I mean, glad everyone's here. I think the thing went decent. Were you guys watching? You weren't in the. It was at the ICC in Sydney, but I think it was live streamed. So were you watching it?
Yeah. Yep.
You sent you a
I
picture of us
didn't see
watching
all
it.
of it. I probably saw bits of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're planning the show for
Course,
tonight,
course,
but definitely did watch bits of it.
There was one point where it almost went tits up because Jackie O was speaking at the end, and
talking about that?
I think we're allowed to.
Okay.
And they said, "Hey, Jackie O's not here yet, so can you guys just pad?" Because the other 4 people on stage were just finishing up, and I was like, "Right." So that's a pretty tough ask, to be honest. But I
Well,
was
they
like,
said she's mid-interview, elsewhere. And we're
so like, she's not going to be here. And I must admit, I was looking at the time, like most of the other people were sort of there before, and I said, "Okay." can you get me a mic? Like, if you get me a mic, then I'll go into the crowd and I'll talk to people, and I reckon we could pad. And they were like,
Love
Bit of crowd
I would have loved if you
Yeah.
said, "Can you get me a bald cap and some sticky tape?"
And a
Well,
stick.
I did make the gag and said, "Well, Liam, you're up. It's impression time."
here's what I need from you.
But I think the look that the
I need you to
look we
fetch
got.
a mankini. Amazon. Priority
Knowing
delivery.
you, you'd be like, "I brought it."
Yeah, no, but so I was like, I'm gonna need a mic, and we'll do some crowd work. And they went, we can't get a mic. And I was like, right. So
We'll just stand
Suppose
on
we'll just-
stage
honestly,
and
in my head, I was like, what's that story I've told on the air recently? And I was like, yeah, that one with Sarah's epilator. I'm like, would I be able to weave that one into? I don't think that would get me through 10 minutes, but I'm like, I was. It was
10 minutes.
It was well, it
we
was just
didn't
panic
know.
stations. It was like they said, so we've got your in-ears, so you just get up there, and then we'll say in your in-ear when she's here.
Wow.
That feels not good.
No.
How long
But
is a piece of
it
string?
didn't happen. And she came, we had a little chat there. We had a little chat. Ben, she remembered when we came into the studio all those years ago.
Oh,
we sat
really?
in on the Kyle and Jackie
Did
O
you
show.
initiate that, or did she initiate that?
Yeah, we both came up. Well, to be fair, she was with her friend Gemma O'Neill, who's like her manager, who used to be the boss of one of the other networks.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, Ben, so good to see you. And I was like, well. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen you for... And I was going to say that time we were in an office when we were like kids, when we went around and she was like, since that breakfast. And I was like, oh, that's right. Do you remember we had a breakfast with her and someone else from another radio station? Like,
No.
when we worked at 2 radio stations ago, we were almost going to accept an offer from another radio station that we never even... Remember that?
Oh, yeah, really vaguely,
And I
yeah.
said, yeah, because, that's right. Me and Ben were there. And I could see in her eyes just like,
What have I done?
I wanted to correct her without correcting her,
Yep,
But
yep.
we actually did have it was brief, but had a nice little chat.
Yep.
Chrissy was there from Nova, Ben Fordham as well, Russell from Ross and Russ, 3AW. It was just like lots of just like radio people, really. And
Yeah, it was great. And no, a lot of like Nova people there backstage, or not backstage, I guess, like just afterwards. There were drinks.
Belle spent a good 3 hours in hair and makeup.
I did.
She legit did. I was like,
It
yeah, we'll get a few
really
run-throughs. They were like, yeah, right, we'll just degrease you. Thanks, guys. That was about 30 seconds. And then I was like, gee whiz, they are... And, she looked great, but I was like, what is going on in there?
Yeah.
And then you said they put an eye mask on you? I was
She
like,
gave me.
you were getting pampered. I was just sitting in a room by myself, just like, all right.
Her nice way of saying you look like a tired piece of shit was, hey, before I put your makeup on, I'm going to put a little eye mask on you. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're starting really like base, like below the base level. So she had to work her way up from there. But
And
she did great.
I normally sleep very well because I don't have kids, but I had some friends staying over last night, and I do have a very highly secure home. And there was one code. There was one code that had changed. They couldn't get through, and it was like 1 a.m. and I could hear a ruckus, and obviously the guard dogs and stuff were going off. I got my sawn off from under the bed and sort of cocked it, and then I was like, oh, it's just my friends. And so I come in, let them in. But then I must admit I didn't get back to sleep, because then I was doing that thing of like, oh, I better not miss my flight. Like we had a first, So then I didn't really
can't
sleep.
believe you had people over last
Well, I'm
night.
a friendly guy.
On a weeknight.
Well, I know it's a secure house and they'll be safe there, and no trespassers and that sort of stuff will be able to get in. But anyway, that's pretty much our day. Did we miss anything around the office, guys? Or
Not that I can recall. It was a pretty ordinary day. It was kind of quiet without you guys here. It was nice.
I went to the wars for the team, but
Yeah,
Oh,
Tina's
did
been,
you?
Tina's
I don't
been-
know if I can talk.
There's been
Yeah, I mean, I
censor
can
it if
talk about
it
it.
is a couch war.
The couch war has escalated.
oh, is that?
Mate, it was our couch first.
I know. I have receipts to
Just
prove it.
for context, people listening, there was a couch in our office. It's been there forever. Then one day we decided to get rid of the couch, add an extra work table. And then we weren't using it, so we got rid of the work table, brought the couch back. But while that little interim, the couch was over with another team. And now they're upset that we've taken the couch back, which was ours in the first place.
Was it tech guys?
Not the tech
no,
guys.
not the tech guys. I will name and shame off
Okay.
outside of the pod.
Yep.
But I've had to go to war today, and
I
they
appreciate
sent
that,
a friend in to. Their tactic was send a friend of mine to try and convince me to give the couch back, and
A little Trojan horse coming in.
and I wasn't taking it, and I got a bit angry, and the couch is now ours, and that will be left alone.
Whoa, so what was their argument? Just they love it and we shouldn't have taken it.
It was never. They think it was never ours in the first place. Lucky.
We have
Short
photos
memories.
and videos of us on that
I
couch
also
in the
have-
office from 2 years ago.
Yep, and I've got 2 witnesses who can also confirm that were in the room when I was getting a bit narky, and and they stormed off, and it's all settled now.
So-
But it's been a day.
So wait, if that was a Trojan horse operation, is the couch Helen of Troy? I'm trying to figure out my way around this
You're
metaphor.
using a metaphor I wouldn't understand anyway.
Okay.
Who's Spock in this one?
It is a bit of a casting couch, isn't it?
Tina, for going to war for the team, you will be rewarded with a tidbit which will only fascinate you.
Okay.
I sat next to some friends of yours at the basketball on the weekend.
Ooh, which ones? The Dacos brothers?
Dacos twins.
No, they do play for Collingwood though. 2 guys.
Oh, and I saw. Oh, I didn't see
Pendlebury?
what.
Pendlebury.
Not Pendles.
No, it was.
Thinking
I
basketball.
I saw him
Darcy
on a
Moore.
plane.
More.
Not more.
No, was it
This
Mason
guy
Cox.
could.
Cox.
Yep.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
that's
say
one of
no.
them.
Yeah.
That's one of them. American.
Who's the
And
other
then one more was it Bo McCreary.
No.
I saw
Put
it
it
on
this
the
way.
Instagram. Who do I
He
follow?
said what his name was, and he said he was tagging along with Mason. And so I didn't think he was a footy player, and I was talking just shit. And then after a while, I was like, oh, hang on, because he was very tall and athletic as well, and I'm like, I also think he's a footy player. And I knew not the face, but I knew the name.
Oh, was
is
it
that
the
the blonde
dude? Was it the
guy
dude that
from
looked
Bali?
like? Was it the dude that looked like Sid the Sloth? He plays in the forward line, Tina.
I know.
Is
I
it-
can't think
You know what I'm
of
talking
his
about?
name.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, my check. Was it my
Excuse me.
check?
No,
Excuse me.
wasn't he at
does-
Luke Combs? No, I think he did go. Also, he did a double
that was
whammy.
Friday night,
Yeah.
and on the Saturday,
He did a
and
double.
he doesn't look like that. He's a very lovely
Was
guy.
it my
Just had
check?
It was, yes. Yeah.
So they're
nice
also
guy.
hashtag pumped by Reebok.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped by Reebok. Yeah,
They were good. I didn't get to tell you that. They were good seats.
Mate, they were bougie.
yeah,
seats.
nice.
You
Living
could
it up.
recline.
I like that you had your Reeboks on and you had them in the shop as well. I respect that.
Well, they sent them.
Of course they did.
Oh, was he going to wear his Sambas? Jeez.
Come on, man, I'm pumped by Reebok. Yeah,
Wait, did you
I'm Sambers every day of the week, except when I'm pumped by Reebok.
Don't send him this audio. Yeah.
did you talk to the big cocks too then?
Yeah, talk to the big Texan.
Is
and,
he giant?
Yeah, he's giant, very sweet guy. Sarah's like, I didn't realize he was American. I was like, were we talking to the same dude? Like, how did you get that? And then Tones and I was also on that little.
Oh, yeah,
liner
she
as
was
well.
great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was a good little crew. And Tones and I's husband, who's a lovely guy, he's a big Star Wars fan. He's got Star Wars tattoos.
Spock, am I right? Where, do you reckon Tones and I was going home going, you never believe who I saw at the basketball?
Well,
Liam
she's a
Stapleton.
She's a pies gal too, so she would have had a great
Oh,
time.
Yeah, it was just a big.
And she
big
does
pie town.
like you.
She's nice. Yeah, we go back Tones and I. Well, I think there was Mason also, like, we've met him at things before. He does a bit on Jason Lauren, and he's just like a nice guy.
It's,
My check, he said, "Hey, Brody," and I was like, the fact that it threw me off that he said he's tagging along.
I
with
need to look him up.
Mason. But yeah, he was a really sweet dude.
quick,
And it was so funny.
Sorry,
you go.
jump in quick before you go too far. Quick Tones and I basketball story was one day she, which was very lovely of her, she was looking to organise a charity basketball game to raise some money for, I believe it was for the bushfires at the time. And so she was going to organise this game. It never came to fruition, but she was trying to organise it. She was going to get all these like Australian celebrities to play. And she contacted us and she's like, I really want you guys to be in it. And we were like, oh, we'd love to. And she's like, yeah, great. So I'm going to send you the referee outfits and we were going to be the umpires.
So good.
So Liam and I were going to officiate the game.
So we're not going to ball out because Ben and I are big in the box. We're pretty lethal from the elbow. Like, we're going to
We're going to get
Then
drippy
COVID
cold.
happened.
Yeah, no 3-point dunks.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was so funny because, and look, I will say that the seats were, they were nice. They were like behind the ring, courtside sort of thing, and you'd see the dudes when they fall. Like falling in footy, obviously hurts. People like smashing into you in the grass, but you're falling into grass still. Like when you just see people like go across the wooden floor, like you're like, oh, dude, yeah, just like that. You would get the most
How come
mad
your
burn.
skin isn't
And it was
ripped
so
off?
funny. There were so many little kids, like. Checkers, hi, Mason, Coxie. And then one kid was like, who are you?
To you?
Yeah.
Do they have the
That's a
little
great
kids with
story.
the mop
Yeah.
broom thing up each end of the court? So when someone falls over, they go and mop up all the
They
sweat.
had those guys.
Sweat boys.
The sweat boys.
Well, it's actually funny because I was eating, thanks to my good friends at Reebok and NBL, I was eating some fried chicken. And at one point, because I was saying to Coxie, I was like, "Well, mate, I'm gonna have to trust your reflex." He's obviously a ruckman in the AFL. I trust your reflexes because if the ball, it can kind of, it was shooting out at us.
Well,
sort of thing.
Joel got hit by a
Yeah.
ball or a player.
But
yeah.
I was sort of proud of myself because the ball bounced over it. Well, it had a bounce on it. It wasn't coming flat, but I was the one who slapped it back. But then they all knew what was happening as well because they could even see my finger. I showed them my fingers. My fingers were so greasy with chicken that the ball went back into play, and then a dude just grabbed it, and it was like he was like passing the rock around. I'm like, shit, man, I put chicken grease on that. I could, the Melbourne Phoenix could be losing a sort of,
was the
potential
derby.
pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a really big, they're going up for a 3-point. And in fact, after that, it was not too soon after that, someone from the Phoenix did miss the 2 free throws and everyone got Hungry Jacks. Which is the best thing.
You did it for
ever
the
about-
people.
I can't
Free
believe
Whoppers
you
all round.
Alfred Mason Cox and you just slapped that ball away.
Dude, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's ball tampering
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it
It
is.
is.
Serious.
Yeah, 2
yeah.
years, no captaincy
Probably,
for you.
probably the worst display of ball tampering Australia's ever seen. I reckon.
Yeah.
Was my check impressed with that one?
He found it pretty cool, I
Yeah.
felt. But yeah, he
More of a
was just,
feeling.
he was nice. It was also funny because if my check and Cox were Ben and Liam, Ben was the my check and I was the Mason Cox, because at the end they were like, okay, well, we can take you out and like whatever, and I was like, yeah, sweet. Like it ended pretty late and it was a really fun night, but like, yeah, let's just get home. And he was like, let's just leave him. He's going to talk all night. So,
About Mason Cox.
yeah, I felt like that was real Ben, and like, just let him. He's just going to keep talking.
Who?
goes.
The people that
Yeah,
that were ushering you around.
Yeah. So my check was like, yeah, we'll just get out of here because Cox will just talk all night.
Ah.
He was, they're both really nice guys, but he
Yeah.
was just talking.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
he was shaking all the kids' hands, and he was just a really nice guy. So yeah.
Well, no one wanted to shake Brody's hand.
No, they did. No, they 100% did, but he was just like, in fact, like an incredible amount, especially like kids. Like I think as soon as you play for the Pies, I think like you see how big that team is. Like they're just and then when you add in they've won a premiership as well, it's sort of like legend status, right?
Top of mind.
Yeah,
Did
but
you give him a
AFL
little? Did you
chat
give him a
from
little? Did you give him a little tickle with the chicken fingers when he left?
yeah, a bit of a.
Grease him up.
Well, he's never going to talk to me
Get
again
out of
now
here.
because you called him what you called him. So.
Well, I didn't know who you were talking about. We were playing a guessing game, and I had his face in my head.
Yeah.
I didn't have the name. I had to go
And
with
we
what I
got
had.
there as a team.
Well,
got
he was telling me he went the hard way around. He didn't play AFL until he was 24, which is like so old.
Yeah,
for
he was
us
a
now.
Because he was
college
frozen in the
basketballer.
ice age.
I mean, no,
Don't talk badly about my
I
project.
won't stand for it. But I felt like
Yeah,
Wait, why was he so late?
He missed the
well,
migration.
just, not everyone gets
Family
stuck.
left without him. They do
Okay.
it every year.
No, it's not a thing, guys. I'm not peddling this.
So it's wild that you knew who Brody Myercheck was, but you didn't know who Spock was.
No, but that's the thing. I knew the name Brody Myercheck, but I
Right.
didn't know the face. And he said, "I'm Brody."
like
and then literally at like halftime, I was like, "Are you Brody Myercheck?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh."
Liam, we've had an interaction with Brody Myercheck before, but maybe you don't remember. But
When was that?
Macy's grand final party, he was there.
he there?
Yeah, and I was in the midst of fangirling, but Myercheck was
Right.
there, and I was like having a moment, and then he was there.
Interesting.
So we have
There you go.
interacted before with Brody.
Well, I'm so in. Oh,
Okay.
Oh my god!
It was just what played in your head when you walked away.
it's always fun. It's like it's funny for you guys, but now I don't. I
They
probably
do
wouldn't-
this
I'll probably,
every year.
Belle, no,
World
I'll,
famous.
I'll probably never see him again. But I also will feel awkward now if I do.
Yeah, but
What, because you think when he met you, he's going to listen to the pod, maybe?
Yeah.
No,
It's
but
like-
maybe
He-
someone.
he scanned the QR
Off-air
code.
pod.
I would love if a Collingwood player listens to this pod. If they do,
Yeah.
I
also think footy players love it. Like, it's endearing, you know? We're just
Yeah,
ribbing each
so-
other.
And
But,
if we ever
yeah.
meet Ray Romano, we've got a great story.
See a branch, eat a leaf.
Tina like that one. Tina got there.
He's the voice of one of the characters?
Yeah, he's like the main character. Come
Right.
on.
He's the
The mammoth.
yeah, the mammoth. Yeah. I don't know. I forgot what mammoths were for a second. I was going to say the elephant
Hairy
with the
elephants.
horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, hairy elephant.
The hairy elephant.
Well,
Yeah, and
Fun episode.
yeah, we probably don't have time for Scudder's story.
It's fine. We can do it tomorrow. 100% we'll do it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Okay, don't
no,
promise
I
that.
think we do. I think we do.
Have time.
I would like to eat dinner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just a me thing.
Dinner too.
I think we'd all like dinner. So
Okay.
Scud will make the episode tomorrow will be about you and your business.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Look, we'll promise the Alpha Squad
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
It's going to be revealed tomorrow.
Wonderful.
But whether we release it tomorrow is another question.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, good episode to listen to, like tonight's show, because we very rarely do these shows where some's in some state, some's in the other, so it'll be interesting to listen to.
Yeah, see if you can,
See if you can pick it.
notice.
Yeah.
See if you can see if hear the ball drop.
I think it will.
All right, so that's
Well,
just
will
negative
now.
thinking.
Yeah,
Negative.
jeez.
Come on, touch that
Oh,
wood, Val.
shit show, jeez.
I normally put my. Oh no, you can see us when the show starts.
You did a good job today. That's why Dad bought you dinner, because
I'm paying you back.
they don't.
We're not all hashtag pumped by Reebok.
Bit of a
Oh, get it in.
Thank God.
ruffle on the hair. For,
How many
for
credits? We got to get this credit list off. All right, can Brody play us out? Or
Thank God
Thanks
Daddy's
for my
there.
tidbit, Liam.
You. I said, no, hey Tina, no worries, no
God
worries.
bless ya.
It's actually a really sad song.
Rusted Root. Rusted Root is definitely not rusted.
Do we?
I'm pretending to smoke a bong.
If anyone's seen the episode of Big Mouth where the
Yeah.
dad, because they're divorced and the dad lives in the basement, and he's just really high and he's listening to Rusted Root.
Also,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't, Woodstock 99, Rusted Root, great set.
Yeah.
I think we had time for Scudders.
Is Woodstock 99 the one where it all went to shit?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
security or
Yeah.
some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the
I am
tradition,
eating
though.
dinner now, sorry,
Oh,
but-
Liam is
Alright.
eating.
It was awful what happened, but some of the best sets you've ever seen on YouTube.
Yeah. You do love watching a concert set when you have a few drinks, don't you?
Yeah, I saw this meme the other day. It was like, I can tell when my dad's drunk because he brings up live concert. I'm like, that'll be my kids. They'll know that. I'll be like, kids, look at this. Corn, Woodstock 99. When he walks out, it's like, oh, you ready?
I was going to send you that meme.
How's a fishbowl?
Good, mate. Went double chicken.
Well, yeah. Oh, double.
Yeah.
It was on
Reebok
dad
money
tonight.
treating you well.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go.
All right, see you, podcast.
Alright, bye.
No, we're done.
And that's it!
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.